But listen to this. More Americans have been killed from overdosing on opioids than were killed serving this country in Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan, all combined.
And when they come home, our veterans are just as likely to face addiction as anyone else. 10 News reporter Josh Sidorowicz shows you a new treatment center in the Bay Area that's giving military members a place to begin recovery.
Once I got back to the States, I kind of found myself drinking more. And I was medicating.
Alcohol became Frank Jones's vice when the Army medic got out of the military at 22. He drank, he says, to cope with his anxiety, his depression, his PTSD, before he eventually lost his home and later found sobriety 14 years ago. He has spent the past 2.5 years giving back to local veterans through the Vet Center in Pasco County.
We self-medicate to forget the things that we've gone through. And then there's a lot of soldiers that are coming back and they're wounded, and so they might be taking some prescribed medicines, and sometimes that's how a lot of people will become, dependent.
But for the growing number of military members, both active and retired, who are now dealing with some type of abuse or addiction, this new treatment center here in Tampa's Seminole Heights neighborhood now offers a program specifically geared toward military members.
In order to serve this population, you have to understand their culture.
Understanding, according to the CDC, that alcohol use and prescription drug abuse is higher among service members than civilians. And understanding also that psychological wounds, mental health problems often contribute. Treatment here at Riverside Recovery focuses on social, emotional, physical, and spiritual therapies.
Right now, many veterans, their only resources are the VAs. And while the VAs do a tremendous job, they are dealing with a population that's growing rapidly. And if you don't understand that culture and understand what makes them tick, it's hard to serve them.
In a program aptly named Valor.
Battling addiction is one of the hardest things they've ever had to confront. And Valor means, having bravery in spite of, horrible circumstances.
In Tampa, Josh Sidorowicz, 10 News.
Federal data also shows veterans are twice as likely to accidentally overdose on painkillers because of the high rates of chronic pain that they experience.
There are a lot of resources out there for veterans who are looking for help. We have put together a list for you of those resources in this story at WTSP.com.